Hello and welcome to my next video. This time it's about Leela Chess Zero and artificial intelligence. Well, here we have two kinds of engines. One is Greco. It's a usual kind of engine. It's programmed just to search moves and to find the best moves via very deep searching. And we have Leela ID 329, which is an artificial intelligence which has learned chess from the very beginning with random moves and stuff. And yeah, first I played against Greco, the usual kind of engine, and then Greco was playing against Leela. Well, Greco is I think around 2500 elo, and I think Leela I would give her 2650 around this. It's not like AlphaZero or Stockfish at the moment, but it's still better than me and better than most humans. But okay, here I played against Greco and I opened with the move d4. We have knight f6, c4, e6 and knight f3, and now we have the queen's Indian defense, and I played the move b3 to fianchetto the bishop. We have bishop to b7, knight to d2, knight bd2, c5, e3, takes, and yeah, this is the first move I was really skeptical of from Greco, but okay, it works, so kind of doesn't matter. Bishop e2, and now rook c8, castles, and now h5, trying to attack on the king side. I played rook to c1. Better was to counter this with d5, and after e takes d5 I kind of lose a pawn here, but I have really good compensation for all this. The queen can never take the knight, really, because then rook e1 is coming, which secures the queen to the king, and again the queen has to protect the knight, keep protecting the knight, and has to leave the e file, so the only move is queen f5 to do this. Now rook e1 check and king f8, and for one pawn White has here enough compensation. The king is still in the center and White is better here, but okay, I played rook c1, which is also a good move. Knight a5, and now knight to e5. h4, h3, a6, and yeah, game continues like this. And yeah, but the interesting thing is here I played f3. I knew that knight g3 is coming and attacking my rook. Better was not to play f3, but rather to play rook e1 immediately. And after castles, played d5 again, and after takes, you cannot really take the pawn because the knight on e5 would be en prise. So rook e1, and now exchange the knights. And yeah, you have to take with the pawn because otherwise the rook on e8 is hanging. So pawn takes, and this is also better for White. But okay, I played f3, the thematic pawn push in the queen's Indian defense for White, namely d5. I never played it, but I had a couple of chances to play it. We have knight g3, attacking the rook, rook e8, and now knight back to f5, c5 now, not d5. Knight d5, b4, b takes c5, b takes c5. I could also go knight c5, which I really calculated, but I didn't know what to do after this move. But okay, the queen has this check, so the king has to go to f8, and now I can take the rook, and the queen is still threatened, and the only square for the queen is a8. And now I could infiltrate with the queen via queen d7. Now if black takes a knight, which is a mistake because of rook c8 check, and this would lead to checkmate, and yeah, well then I would win, but it was possible to go into this fork. But I played bdxc, and after bishop g5, rook c4 and f6 I resigned. Black is better here, but white is not lost, but I was like, okay, I have no idea what to do, and I really was low on time. And I could have played, I think, knight g6, and after rook to h6 attacking the knight has no squares, but I would have the move f4, which would win the bishop, but after all this I would be down a pawn, and yeah. Okay, but now to the game Lila played against Greco, which is kind of cool. We have the move d4 from Greco. Greco was white, Lila was black, and we go into Grünfeld Indian defense to the main line, namely c5 here and bishop c4. We have the move bishop g7, knight here, and now takes and takes. This is a normal kind of position in the Grünfeld Indian defense. Yeah, I just show you the game. I have no idea, I didn't analyze it, but it's kind of cute, I think. Here you see how Lila is really playing good moves. Here Lila thinks that the bishop on b7 is biting on granite, and so it plays bishop a6 attacking the knight, and if the knight moves then the rook on f1 would be en prise, so bishop b4 is kind of forced. b5. Now bishop takes, queen takes, and rook to c8, rook fc8 attacking the pawn. But now comes rook to d1, and Greco didn't take, Lila didn't take the pawn, but rather placed the knight into a better square. And now we have this fork, but after queen to b4, you cannot take the rook because the queen is en prise. So Lila plays the bishop back to f8. We have an exchange of queens, and now the rook moves. The rook is attacked, moves to a1, and now rook d8. Knight comes back to the nice square on c4. The other rook comes into game. White has nothing here in this position. Black is just dominating the position here and is playing really good moves. Here the threat was, after the bishop returns to h6, the threat was rook to d1 check, which would win the bishop, and that's why Lila played, Greco played the rook to d5, and after rook takes d5, pawn takes d5, we have the move king f8, and we are into an endgame. Here Greco gives up a pawn because his position is just bad, and yeah, this is just lost here for white. We see how Lila wins this endgame very easily, attacking the bishop, centralizing the king, and pushing those kingside pawns to victory. Here, for example, now threatening f2, but giving up a pawn. Now f2, the bishop has to give up itself for the f2 pawn, and now Black is just up a knight and easily winning, and in this position Greco resigned the game. Yeah, here now to the artificial intelligence stuff. Yeah, well, I think in the next couple of years artificial intelligence will be very strong and very good, not only in games but also in healthcare and stuff like this. And yeah, but it's also very dangerous because military, yeah, also gives a lot of money into artificial intelligence. And yeah, here I have two links. One link is a speech about artificial intelligence. I can show you this.
Das ist Udemy, die größte Online-Kursplattform der Welt. Bei Udemy habe ich Machine Learning gelernt.
The artificial intelligence will change everything.
When I was a boy, I wanted to maximize my impact on the world. And I was smart enough to realize that I am not very smart.
Yeah, this is one link I wanted to show you, and the other link is what Putin says about artificial intelligence. Whoever leads in AI will rule the world, he said, and this is also quite interesting. But okay, yeah. I find it quite nice that we have now a chess program which learns chess by itself, and I think in like half a year it will be the best chess engine in the world. And yeah, we are going into a new chess era, and I'm looking forward to this. See you next time. Ciao.